everyone! Have you ever wondered how ChatGPT can answer questions about your company's private documents? Or how customer support bots suddenly became so accurate? The secret sauce is something called Retrieval-Augmented Generation, or RAG for short. Today, we're diving deep into RAG, the technology that's revolutionizing how large language models access and use external knowledge. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how RAG works, why it's a game changer, and how to implement it yourself using vector databases like Milvus and Pinecone. So, let's get started. Before we talk about RAG, let's understand the problem it solves. Traditional large language models like GPT have three major limitations. First, knowledge cutoff. These models are trained on data up to a certain date. Ask them about anything after that, and they're clueless. Imagine asking a model trained in 2023 about events from 2025. It simply can't help you. Second, no domain-specific knowledge. Your company has proprietary documents, internal wikis, and specific processes, but the LLM has never seen this data. It can't answer questions about your business accurately. Third, hallucinations. When LLMs don't know something, they don't always admit it. Instead, they might make up convincing-sounding but completely false information. This is a huge problem for production systems. So, how do we solve this? That's where RAG comes in. Retrieval-Augmented Generation is a technique that combines the best of two worlds, the language understanding of LLMs and the precision of database retrieval. Here's the key idea. Instead of asking the LLM to answer from memory alone, we first retrieve relevant information from a knowledge base and then augment the LLM's prompt with this retrieved context. Think of it like an open book exam versus a closed book exam. In a closed book exam, you rely only on what you've memorized. In an open book exam, you can look up information and give more accurate, detailed answers. RAG gives your LLM an open book. The magic happens in 3 steps, which we'll explore in detail. Let's break down the RAG pipeline into its 3 core components. Step 1, indexing. This happens before any queries come in. You take your documents, PDFs, websites, databases, whatever, and convert them into numerical representations called embeddings. These embeddings are stored in a vector database like Milvus or Pinecone. What are embeddings? Think of them as coordinates in a high-dimensional space where similar concepts are close together. The word dog and puppy would have embeddings that are very close, while dog and pizza would be far apart. Step 2 is retrieval. When a user asks a question, we convert that question into an embedding using the same model we use for indexing. Then we search the vector database for the most similar embeddings, essentially finding the most relevant documents. This is called semantic search because we're searching based on meaning, not just keyword matching. Step 3 is generation. We take the retrieved documents and add them to the LLM's prompt as context. The LLM then generates an answer based on this context, not just its training data. The beauty is that the LLM now has specific, relevant, and up-to-date information to work with. Vector databases are crucial to RAG, so let's understand them better. Traditional databases store data in rows and columns. Vector databases store embeddings, those numerical representations we talked about, and they're optimized for similarity search. The 2 most popular options are Milvus and Pinecone. Milvus is open source and can be self-hosted. It's great if you want full control and don't mind managing infrastructure. It supports multiple index types and can handle billions of vectors. Pinecone is a managed service, fully cloud-based. You don't worry about infrastructure, scaling, or maintenance. It's perfect for getting started quickly and for production systems where reliability matters. Milvus gives you flexibility and control. Pinecone gives you simplicity and managed reliability. Both are excellent choices for RAG systems. Now let's get our hands dirty with some code. I'll show you how to build a basic RAG system using Python. First, let's install the necessary libraries and set up our imports. We'll use OpenAI for embeddings in LLM and Pinecone as our vector database. Here, we're importing our key libraries, OpenAI for language models, Pinecone for vector storage, and some utilities for text processing. Now, let's index some documents. In this example, we'll index some sample documents about machine learning topics. First, we initialize our Pinecone client and create an index. Then, we split our documents into chunks, typically 500 to 1,000 characters each. Why chunk? Because embeddings work best on focused, coherent pieces of text. Next, we generate embeddings for each chunk using OpenAI's embedding model. And finally, we upload these embeddings to Pinecone along with the original text as metadata. Now comes the exciting part, querying our RAG system. When a user asks a question, we embed the question, search Pinecone for the top 3 most relevant chunks, and then construct a prompt that includes these chunks as context. Finally, we send this augmented prompt to the LLM, which generates an answer based on the retrieved context. Notice how we're explicitly telling the LLM to base its answer on the provided context. This reduces hallucinations significantly.
RAG is transforming multiple industries. Let me share some powerful real-world applications. Customer support. Companies like Stripe and Notion use RAG to power their AI support bots. The bot retrieves relevant documentation and past support tickets before answering, resulting in accurate, helpful responses. Enterprise search. Imagine searching your company's entire knowledge base, documents, emails, Slack messages, with natural language queries. RAG makes this possible. Companies like Glean are building entire businesses around this. Legal document analysis. Law firms use RAG to search through thousands of case files, contracts, and legal precedents. Ask a question about contract clauses, and the system retrieves relevant examples before answering. Medical information systems. Healthcare providers use RAG to retrieve relevant medical literature and patient histories before making recommendations. This improves diagnostic accuracy while keeping the system grounded in real medical knowledge. The possibilities are endless. Any domain with lots of documents and specialized knowledge is a perfect fit for RAG. Basic RAG is powerful, but there are advanced techniques that can take it to the next level. Hybrid search combines semantic search with traditional keyword search. Sometimes you want exact keyword matches, like product codes or names. Hybrid search gives you the best of both worlds. Re-ranking. After retrieving candidates, you can use a more sophisticated model to re-rank them by relevance. This improves the quality of context sent to the LLM. Query expansion. Before searching, you can use an LLM to expand or rephrase the query into multiple variations. This catches relevant documents you might have missed. Here's a code example showing re-ranking with the cross-encoder model. After retrieving candidates from Pinecone, we use a cross-encoder to score each document against the query. Cross-encoders are more accurate than simple embedding similarity because they look at the query and document together. We then sort by this score and keep only the top results. This significantly improves retrieval quality. RAG isn't perfect. Let me share some challenges you'll face and how to overcome them. Challenge 1. Chunking strategy. How you split documents matters enormously. Too small, and you lose context. Too large, and you dilute relevance. Best practice, start with 500 to 1,000 characters with 10 to 20% overlap between chunks. Challenge 2. Embedding model selection. Different models work better for different domains. OpenAI's Ada-002 is general purpose. For code, use models like CodeBird. For specific domains, consider fine-tuning. Challenge 3. Cost and latency. Every query requires embedding generation, vector search, and LLM generation. This adds up. Optimize by caching common queries and using faster embedding models for high-traffic applications. Here are my top best practices from building production RAG systems. 1. Always include source citations. Tell users which documents the answer came from. This builds trust and allows verification. 2. Implement feedback loops. Track when users find answers helpful or not, and use this to improve your retrieval strategy. 3. Monitor for failure cases. Sometimes retrieval returns irrelevant documents. Have fallback strategies, like asking the LLM to say, "I don't have enough information," instead of hallucinating. 4. Keep your vector database updated. Set up pipelines to automatically index new documents and remove outdated ones. RAG is evolving rapidly. Here's what's coming. Multimodal RAG. Retrieving not just text, but images, videos, and audio. Imagine asking about a product and getting relevant images and video demonstrations. Agentic RAG. Systems that can decide when to retrieve, what to retrieve, and even update the knowledge base autonomously. Smaller, specialized models. As embedding models become more efficient, we'll see RAG running on edge devices in mobile phones. The combination of LLMs and retrieval is just getting started. This is the future of how we interact with information. Let's wrap up. Today we covered what RAG is and why it solves critical LLM limitations. The 3-step pipeline: indexing, retrieval, and generation. How vector databases like Milvus and Pinecone power RAG. Real-world applications from customer support to medical systems. And advanced techniques to take your RAG system to the next level. RAG is one of the most practical and powerful techniques in AI right now. If you're building with LLMs, you absolutely need to understand this. If you found this helpful, smash that like button and subscribe for more AI deep dives. Drop your questions in the comments. I read and respond to every one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.